learning about arrays, which is a type of object in JavaScript and works similar to arrays in other languages. Arrays are a collection of elements which are made up of either primitive or complex or a mixture of those data types. It is created using square brackets versus curly braces, which we use for objects. Arrays are number indexed and start from 0, making them zero index, which I'll show you shortly. Values can be accessed through this indexing, and certain operations are available to arrays that are not available to objects, such as map, filter, reduce, and a lot of other ones which I'll show you in the future. So arrays versus objects, it depends on the type of data and how that data will be used. All right, so let's move back to our intro.js. So let's create another variable and call it array, and we'll assign it a value of array. So square brackets to create an array. So this right here is an empty array. Now to provide data, let's put a 12 here, comma, to separate each element of an array. Let's put a string tree. Let's put a boolean, false, and let's put another string, cloud. So this is an example of an array. There are 4 elements in this array, and they are separated by this comma, right? So that's the same as an object. You'll notice that it's different from an object as there are no key value pairings, right? So the array contains the data, and for us to access this data, we use what's called indexing. So you can think of each element in the array being assigned a number starting from 0, 12 being assigned number 0, tree would be assigned number 1, false number 2, and cloud number 3. So the indexing would look like this, right? And so we use the index of the value to access the value in an array. Let's go ahead and create a variable called array data. So how do we access the value in an array? So we use the array variable name and square brackets, and inside these square brackets we enter the index of the value that we're trying to access. For example, if we want the number 12, we would put the index of 0 because arrays are 0 index, meaning they start from 0, and that is being assigned to array data. And let's verify by printing array data onto the console. Refresh. All right, so we've printed number 12 here on intro.js line 37. And let's say we want cloud, so index of 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and verify that. So you can see we've printed cloud on the console. All right. And lastly, I'll show you a trick. Let's say you don't know the length of an array. You can use a method called length. So the array variable name dot length, and we assign that to array data. So let's print that on the console. All right, so we've got the number 4 here because the length of the array has 4 elements. So it tells us how many elements there are in this array. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'll leave it here for now. I'll go into further detail on the other operations available to arrays in a future video.